All right, so I put this breakdown together before the WNBA draft took place, and now we have had the draft, right? Okay, so here's the original. This is the original story right here. You see France's Dominique Malonga among players to watch during WNBA draft after Paige Bueckers goes number one. So they were already assuming Paige Bueckers was going to go number one, and she did, as she was drafted by the Dallas Wings. Okay, so look, Dominique Malonga, she goes number two to the Seattle Storm. At 6'6", Malonga moves smoothly all over the court, can shoot with range, finish at the rim, and has above average ball handling skills. She's 19 years old, okay, and she goes to the Seattle Storm. Remember, S is the 19th letter of the alphabet to match her age. The 19-year-old represents one of the most unique prospects the league has ever seen. Her youth and acclimation to a new country seem to be the only questions. So on the fly, we can look at the Seattle Storm, and I already have some slides put together. Look at Seattle even equals 19. Look at that. And she's 19. S, the 19th letter of the alphabet. So that's pretty cool, right? And I'll just enter Seattle Storm and Storm, and we can kind of look at that as we go forward, okay? So the Seattle Storm, let me pull up a tab too. Seattle Storm. Right here. All eyes on Seattle Storm ahead of Monday's number 2 pick. And again, they pick up Malonga here. All right. So let me see when were the Seattle Storm founded. Look, 1999. Can you believe it? So you get that 19 in there again. Seattle equals 19. S, the 19th letter. And Dominique is a 19-year-old. That's amazing, okay? Even with the birthday, 1116, November 16. You flip that 6 over, and that's even a 9. So that's kind of like 19 again. Okay, so that's awesome, all on the fly. So let's go over here as she's drafted number 2. And let's take a look at this kind of pre-draft breakdown as we hit on the fly with the Seattle Storm connection now. So the draft was on the day leaving 261 days in the year, which was April 14, Monday. 261 days remain. Last name Malonga, 126 in the reverse cipher. And look at how in reverse, M is the 14th letter. If you go Z is 1, A is 26 with the language. Malonga, M, 14 in reverse. Look how she's got that 14 on that jersey right there. I don't know what number she's going to use in the pros, and look at the draft was on the 14th, y'all. 14th day of the 4th month, 144. You see that? And this was 149 days after her birthday, this draft. That's the 35th prime number. WNBA draft equals 35. Her last birthday, 35 date numerology. She's born in the year 2005, drafted in 2025. And you saw that 25 on the jersey that they handed her. That may just represent the year, as I don't think she's going to wear 25, but you never know. And I want you to see also in reverse, and you see how the the cipher breaks down there. Okay? Just Z is 1, Y would be 2 in reverse, X 3, W 4, all the way to A, which would be 26. Dominique Malonga, or Malonga, it's probably Malonga, right? Look at 262, and I've been seeing this number, and here's an example. Just did this breakdown. And April 13th, the day before the draft, left 262 days in the year. And that equals her name. But look at Kyron Lacey, RIP. And Lacey kind of sounds like lady, right? Kind of like WNBA draft, Women's National Basketball Association. But look at the 262s with that breakdown. Kyron 62 and 26, and this is an ex wide receiver, LSU, and he was supposed to enter the upcoming draft, if I remember correctly, in the NFL. So you see how that connects with this WNBA draft by the numbers right there, huh? But Sacrifice 62, Kyron 62 and 26, Lacey 22. His last birthday was the 362nd day of the year, and again he dies on the the day leaving 262 days. And again, Dominique Malonga equals 262. Even the draft, the last year's NBA draft. Look, on the 26th day of the 6th month. So you get those same numbers and how they connect in more than one way with this year's WNBA draft, because this is a French player drafted. Oh, and she's drafted number 2 by Seattle. So there's that 2 again, huh? But look, this is a French. Look, France's Dominique Malonga. France. The NBA draft last year was on Rudy Gobert's birthday, and he is French. Okay? Look at that. He's French, and he's got the same birthday as the draft last year, the NBA. Remember, there was 2 players at the top representing France. Look, the French connection in the NBA continued on Wednesday, and remember, this was last year's NBA draft when Zachary Ricochet, excuse me if I butcher that, Ricochet, was selected first by the Hawks, and fellow Frenchman Alex Sarr was picked second by the Wizards. So you get the French connection with 1 and 2 on Rudy Gobert's birthday out of France. And again, the same as the draft, June 26 again. But look at this. Malonga isn't the only player in the draft who has honed her skills in France. Just Justy, or Justy, however you pronounce it, Malonga's Lion teammate in the French Basketball League, is also expected to be taken in the first round. Look at that. And when was she picked? On the fly. Let's go see if we can figure this out, okay? So here we go back here. So look, she was picked number 5. So Malonga picked second, and this other French player picked 5. So there's the 25. Remember, we're in the year 2025. And Malonga, born in 2005. Look, this is a 17-year-old. And notice how she scored 17 points per game in the Eurobasket qualifiers for Lithuania as a 17-year-old. So you get 17 and 17 with the smooth, compact lefty shooting stroke. Josty is best in the catch and shoot, but can launch off the dribble too. Who was she drafted by? Golden State? I didn't know Golden State had a WNBA team. Let's go look. So this is cool how we can go on the fly like this, right? Golden State WNBA team. The Valkyries? Man, are they new? What the hell is a Valkyrie? All right. So you see they're trending with this number 5 pick. The Golden State Valkyries. What the hell is a Valkyrie? Is an American professional team based in San Francisco. Okay, we're gonna put that in the calculator here, and let's see. So 17s. Seattle's got that 107 like 17 with the Malonga pick, number 2. But let's see what we get with Golden State's team here. Well, well, well. You would be happy to know that is Justine Joss's birthday right there. Oh, 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 it's magic. Look at that. 116 in reverse reduction. Look at the chart breakdown. Alphabet in reverse, reduced at the 10th letter, which is Q. 1 plus 0 is 1. P is 11. 1 plus 1 is 2 with the alphabet in reverse. Look at the 116, the 11th month, 6th day, with the team she's drafted by. And that is her birthday, y'all. On the fly. Oh, actually, look, I was wrong. Because the 11/6 birthday is Malonga's, right? Or 11/16. So 116 is like 11/16, and look, that's 3 days before Justin Jose's birthday. I'm butchering the name, by the way. And oh, okay, so she's 19. They said she was 17, didn't they? Oh, as a 17-year-old. Oh, okay, I get it. But look at their birthdays are 3 days apart. And Dominique Malonga, the fellow French woman, I guess that's how you could put it. Look at her birthday is 1116. And the other French player, Joste, or Jost, 116. Look at that, like 1116 to go with Dominique. Look at that right there. And their birthdays are 3 days apart. So let's find this out. What is in Norse mythology, a Valkyrie is one of a host of female figures who guide souls of the dead to the god Odin's hall, Valhalla. Wow, that's deep, right? They symbolize death, battle, and victory. Ooh. All right. So let's find out how to pronounce this name. And with that birthday being on the 19th for this character, remember Malonga drafted by Seattle, and Seattle equals 19. Seattle Storm were formed in 1999, and S is the 19th letter of the alphabet. Whoa! I don't think that was right. Yosita? Maybe it was. So I'm probably butchering it. Yosita. Wow, hopefully I don't got to say that too much more. But back over here. So Yosita. You get more 2s and 6s as the draft She's picked number 5 by Golden State. Look, 20 weeks, 6 days before her birthday. And that's the same as 4 months, 26 days. So you get another 26 there to go along with all of the 26s and 6s, even connecting with Rudy Gobert and last year's NBA draft, the Kyron Lacey. Lacey's kind of like a girl name too, right? And it sounds like lady, as that connects with this WNBA draft. And look at how that works. Okay? So now look, we're going to look at this other birthday now. Okay, well, first off, look at how, again, their birthdays are 3 days apart, okay? As they're mentioned as this kind of French connection, drafted 2 and 5 with the WNBA draft. And look, they're both born in 2005. You see that? And we're in the year 25. So Yosti, however you want to say it, look at that. She's picked number 5 by Golden State. Her name equals 144. That's the WNBA draft date, the 14th day of the 4th month. 000. And that's right straight up in reverse. Look at how they also mention Anisha Morrow has a nose for the ball with a desire to get to it. They mention her with this draft. She is just 6 foot, or she is just 6'1". Why did they? So she's 6'1". I've never seen it put like that. Is that? Do they refer to her height like that? That looks like a record, doesn't it? But anyways, she is just 6'1", but led the nation in double doubles. Okay, she is 6'1". I've never seen it put like that. Normally they would put a foot sign in inches, wouldn't they? So she is 6'1", led the nation in double doubles. This is her on the left, averaging 18.7 and 13.5 rebounds. That's amazing. Look at this, who they kind of compare her to on the right, with LSU to finish second all time behind Courtney Paris in that category. And this is Courtney Paris on the right. Paris, like France, as this article's based on this French player, Dominique Malonga. Look at that. You see that? It's all in the article, and it's all by the language here. This is just a script, okay? And you see France equals 115. Malonga's last birthday, 15 and 51 date numerology. Still only 19. She averaged 15 points this season while playing professional basketball for Lyon. I guess her team in France. You see that? And Lyons got the L like Lacey, with that connection with the death of Kyron Lacey before he could get drafted in the NFL. And you get the 4 letters, Lacey, Lyon. And remember, Lacey kind of sounds like a female name. And you see the 262 connection there. Malonga and Ustay, drafted one day after the day leaving 262 days in the year. And again, Malonga's name equals 262. So a big time French connection here. Undeniable stuff. Even Paige Bueckers, they let us know in the article, right in the title, that she was guaranteed to go 1. And she did go number 1 to the Dallas Wings. Look at Dallas Wings, 121, like France women's national basketball team. There's not much doubt Bueckers is going to have immediate impact in Dallas on and off the court as the team's first pick, giving the Wings one of the most efficient players coming out of college in quite some time. I mean, we had Caitlin Clark last year, so That's going to be amazing, right? Okay. And look at how the Wings drafted her. There's been a lot of air related tragedies lately. You know, airplane, wings, flight, right? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that breakdown. That was pretty cool that we could go on the fly like that. Ooh, and look at their jersey numbers. Malonga's blocking the 14 on her jersey there. But you see the other character that I keep butchering her name, Yaste or whatever. Look, she's got the 4 on the jersey there. That's the date of the draft, the 14th day of the 4th month. Holy crap. And remember, her name equaled 14/4 the date. 144. Woo! Damn. Okay, so even though I struggled with some of the names, I made my point that was absolutely undeniable with the script. Okay? Sonia Citrone out of Notre Dame, drafted number 3. She goes to Washington. Out of UFC, Kiki Ira Fenn. She goes to the Mystics. Can't remember who the Mystics are at the moment. And then number 6, Georgia Amour out of Kentucky. Okay. She goes to DC. Anisha Morrow, who I mentioned a few moments ago, she goes to the Connecticut Sun. The Connecticut Sun have had the 8th pick as well, Sanaya Rivers. Wow, and they're a good team too. Some high draft picks. Number 9, Sarah Ashley Barker. Number 10, Asia Sivka. And we'll leave it there. So awesome, right? So Dominique Malonga, picked up by the Seattle Storm, eager to prove growth of French basketball as WNBA's number 2 overall pick with this big-time French connection, even connected to the NBA draft last year. So we'll see what happens in the next NBA draft if there's more French synchronicities going on. So shout out to y'all. This is Daily Decodes 812. Until next time.